Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I declare the Spring 2026 Commencement open.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Todd Lead. The doctor is honorific. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at Maritime College, and on behalf of the administration, the faculty, and the staff, the College Council, and the SUNY Board of Trustees, welcome to the Spring 2026 Commencement Ceremony. Will everyone please rise if you are able and remain standing for the presentation of colors and the National Anthem. The National Anthem today will be sung by Cadet Devon Dean. Color Guard, parade the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Cadet Dean, for that beautiful rendition of the National Anthem. Please remain standing. Let us join in a moment of silence to reflect on our students and others who may have been called upon to serve our country and may be in harm's way. Thank you. Please be seated. So again, welcome to our Spring 2026 Commencement. It is a distinct privilege to share this morning with you as we recognize an extraordinary achievement and all the people and the effort that made it possible. To our graduates, today's a moment you've been working towards, obviously. You've met rigorous standards, pushed through demanding stretches, and kept moving forward when the pace was hard and the days were long. In classrooms, labs, on the waterfront, and in the routines of daily life, you've proven that you can learn quickly, adapt, and deliver with consistency, and those qualities will matter as much as any credential you might receive today. This day also belongs to the family members and friends who helped steady your course. Your support, Your late night encouragement, your sacrifices, your unwavering confidence made a real difference. So thank you for being the people our graduates could count on when the workload grew heavy or the horizon felt a little too far away. And we extend our appreciation to our faculty and our staff. They set high expectations, demanded professionalism, and invested in your growth. They didn't simply teach content. They helped develop judgment, responsibility, critical thinking, and pride in doing things the right way. Commencement is sometimes described as an ending, but here it's more accurately a change of watch. You're stepping into new responsibilities, new teams, new missions, and new environments where your decisions will carry weight. Wherever you go next, whether onto a bridge, an office, an engine room, a port, a research lab, a shipyard, or a field entirely of your own making, take with you what this place has reinforced. Do your work with integrity, treat others with respect, keep learning, and lead when leadership is required. Graduates, you carry the Maritime College name with you now. You're part of a community built on service, competence, and character, and you will always have a home port here, so congratulations, class of 2026. I would now like to introduce the platform party, so please rise briefly as I recognize you. Dr. Carl Delo, Presiding Officer of the Faculty and Grand Marshal of the Commencement Services. Mr. Steve Carberry, President of the Maritime College Alumni Association, class of 1980. Rear Admiral John Ocon, President of SUNY Maritime College, class of 1991. Mr. John McDonald, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the American Bureau of Shipping. Mr. James Haddon, SUNY Trustee. And Mr. Tom Higgins, Chair of the SUNY Maritime College Council. In the second row, we have Dr. Dan Fridline, Chair of the Department of Engineering. Retired Rear Admiral Stash Pelkowski, Interim Chair of the Global Business and Transportation Department. Dr. Amanda Springs, Chair of the Humanities Department. Captain Dennis Farrell, Chair of the Naval Science Department and Head of the NROTC program. Dr. Pete Vecchio, Chair of Marine Transportation Department. Dr. Katerina Panzeka, Chair of the Science Department. And Ms. Sarah Grady, our College Registrar. And in the third row, we have Ms. Danny Robinson, Dean of Admissions. Ms. Pamela Jones, Director of Marketing and Communications. Ms. Jennifer Mahoney, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Captain Christopher Zola, Vice President for Regimental Affairs and Master of the Training Ship Empire State 7. Ms. Roxanne Thompson, Vice President of Finance and Campus Operations. Ms. Luann Pleasance, Assistant Vice President for Human Resources and Chief Diversity Officer. Mr. Adam Groman, Dean of Student Affairs. And Captain Tom Murphy, Chief of Staff, Class of 1993. Seated to the side is Ms. Jill Kehoe, Director of Library Services. Not feeling very well, so. Thank you to all of our academic leaders and our cabinet and all of our special guests for all your support today. We also have special thanks to our college registrar again, Ms. Sarah Grady, and the entire registrar's office for verifying all of our degree recipients. You all should be very grateful to them. To the Student Affairs team led by Dean Groman and especially Ms. Pat Norman for their fine work in managing all the logistics of today's ceremony. To our incredible Facilities Department led by Mr. Jason Vega for making all the arrangements. To Katie Frano from Conference Services for helping coordinate everything. And to Mike Mastromarino and all the good people in our Information Technology Department for making sure you can hear me today. Thanks to all of them. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium the Chair of the SUNY Maritime College Council, Mr. Tom Higgins, Class of 1981, to give welcome from our council and share a few remarks on the state of the college. Tom.
Thanks. Good morning. Graduates, faculty, families, and honored guests, today is about accomplishment. You're graduating from SUNY Maritime College at a moment that's not just meaningful, it's defining. Institutions, like ships, are judged not only on how they perform in calm seas, but how they respond when the waters get rough. Let's be clear, our college has been through several periods of real challenge, but the Maritime College met the challenges head on. Under the leadership of Admiral Ocon, we have succeeded. Fort Schuyler has never looked better. Investments in the campus, facilities, student experience are visible everywhere you look. The college is now financially stable. We're in a very good position. In just 2 short years, the structural deficit has been eliminated and the budget is now balanced. There's renewed confidence and excitement surrounding the direction of the college and its future. Most importantly, the institution remains focused on outcomes and student success. Through the Academic Momentum campaign, we have prioritized improved retention, stronger graduation rates, and higher license pass rates. The focus is not simply just on the stats, but it's on ensuring our students succeed academically, professionally, and personally. Graduates, you spent your time here learning how to operate in complex, high-stake environments. Out there at sea, things don't go wrong slowly and politely. They go wrong fast. Systems fail, conditions change. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And when things go bad, no one cares about excuses. They care about competence, accountability, and action. The same standard applies here. The strength of the college comes from the people who hold the line, people who demand better and refuse to let standards slip just because it's easier. That's where you come in. You're not just graduates of the Maritime College, you're now part of its reputation. What you do next will define how this institution is seen on bridges, in boardrooms, engine rooms, ports, and policy circles around the globe. And right now, your college needs that reputation to remain strong. Not protected, earned. So what does that mean for you? It means carrying forward what works. Discipline, technical expertise, and a respect for responsibility that's increasingly rare. It also means not being afraid to challenge what doesn't work. Institutions don't improve by silence. They improve when people who care speak clearly, act professionally, and insist on integrity. You've been trained to lead crews, manage risk, and make decisions when conditions are uncertain. Those are not just maritime skills, they're core leadership skills. And leadership is exactly what's required, both out there in the world and here at home. There's a tendency at moments like this to look backward, and that's what the college was or what it used to represent. But that's not your job. Your job is forward. The maritime industry is evolving rapidly. New technologies, new geopolitical realities, new demands on supply chains and security. There's a need for competent, steady, principled leaders that will only grow. You are stepping into that need. But here's the key point. Your credibility will not come from your diploma alone. It will come from how you carry yourself when no one is watching, when the decision is difficult, and when pressure is on. That's where your training will show, and that's where your connection to this institution becomes real. Because if you do it right, if you lead well, if you operate with integrity, take responsibility when it counts, you don't just build your career, you strengthen the name of the Maritime College. You help steady the ship. To the families here today, thank you. You supported these graduates through demanding work, long hours, and a path that was not easy by design. We also know how proud you are to be here today at Fort Schuyler for such a momentous occasion. To the faculty and staff, your role matters more than ever. Institutions rely on continuity, standards, and the people who show up and do the job right every day. We're all proud of you. And to the graduates, you don't need perfect conditions to succeed. You need clarity, discipline, and the willingness to act when it matters. That's what you've been trained for. So as you leave here, don't think just about what you completed. Think about what now you're responsible for. Because the future of this college, like any ship, is not determined where it has been. It is determined by who's next at the helm. To the class of 2026, congratulations. Stand your watch well. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I am now pleased to recognize the Valedictorian for Maritime College's Spring 2026, Samantha Morales. Samantha is a Westchester, New York native of Portuguese and Puerto Rican heritage and an international transportation and trade major. Her academic career included a study abroad semester in Poland, where she expanded her global perspective by traveling across multiple countries. She's been recognized with several awards, including the Anthony Marino Scholarship, the Institute of International Container Lessors Scholarship, the Admirals Scholarship, Intermodal Association of North America Scholarship Award Fund, let me catch my breath, and American Institute of Marine Underwriters Scholarship. She plans to pursue a master's degree and leverage her global perspective and academic achievements to make a meaningful impact on international transportation industry. So congratulations, Samantha, well done. Please come say a few words to your classmates and our guests.
Good morning, faculty, friends, and families, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Thank you. It is an honor to stand here today, but I must admit that when I sat down to write this speech, I drew a blank. How could I sum up the past 4 years in 3 minutes? But I realized the point isn't to summarize every moment, it's to recognize what carried us through them: perseverance. Perseverance was instilled in me far before I stepped onto this campus. I actually entered the 2nd grade struggling to read. Learning did not come quickly to me. My path was not linear nor easy, and progress came in small, determined steps with guidance from friends and family. Those small steps were simultaneously a decision to never give up, a decision that brought me here. I'm sure many of you have your own version of my story that has led you to this moment. And here is where you learned that Maritime is not a place you simply sail through, no pun intended. It demands early mornings, pressure to perform when you're exhausted, when you're unsure, when quitting feels like the easier option. But I believe that's where people experience the most growth. It is the moment you have to choose to show up. When we first arrived at Maritime, many of us were timid, uncertain students in uncharted waters. We had yet to learn to lead, rely on each other, and become exemplary individuals. I, for one, could have never imagined giving a speech to this many people. This is great exposure therapy. Nevertheless, we have all shown up, for our families, for our friends, and most importantly, for ourselves. That's what makes this class accomplished, not the grades, the licenses, or the accolades, but the discipline, the resilience, and the perseverance it took to earn them. Today, I believe we're ready to graduate not because we know everything, but because we know to keep going. However, none of us did this alone. We've had our faculty to guide us, friends to support us, and families to believe in us. To my own, it has never eluded me that this accomplishment is yours as much as it is mine, because without you, I would not be the woman I am standing here today. To my mom, who I insisted mention her first, thank you for believing in me no matter how far-fetched the dream. My brother, who understands the weight of every hardship and victory it took to get here. And my dad, who I think was somehow more excited about this accomplishment than I was, for seeing more in me than I could see in myself. I could not ask for a better backbone, and I am indebted to you three for your unwavering support, and especially my dad for hearing this speech about 400 times over the last 3 days. I know that for every graduate here today, there are names like these behind their path as well. Today is not a celebration of our accomplishments, of only our accomplishments, but the people who helped make them possible. We all arrived here with different beginnings, obstacles, and people that propelled us forward. So, if a 2nd grader who couldn't read can stand here today, then there is no honest limit to what any of us can achieve, except the ones we accept. Don't let where you began limit where you're going. Congratulations, class of 2026.
I would hate to follow that. Thank you, Samantha. And I'm also very pleased to announce the salutatorian for this spring commencement. Would Cadet Joseph Bartnicki, a mechanical engineering and engine license candidate, please rise to be acknowledged and celebrated. Congratulations. It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome to the podium the 12th President of Maritime College, Rear Admiral John A. Ocon, class of 1991.
Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Distinguished guests, honored platform party, faculty, staff, alumni, proud family and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Welcome to Fort Schuyler and to the spring 2026 commencement at the Maritime College. We're especially honored to welcome our special guests and partners from across the maritime industry, government, and the armed services. Your presence today reflects the strength of the profession and the importance of the moment we share with our graduates. A special welcome to Trustee Haddon, Mr. Bruce Rosenblatt, SUNY Maritime Foundation member, Ms. Kelly McDonald, Heritage Hall members, Tim Ferry, class of 78, John Valvo, class of 83, Jose Feminilla, class of 64, and his lovely wife Eileen, and Ted Mason, class of 57. Welcome. Also to Miss Janine Timpone, who's always in the background driving us forward in student success and student experience, our president of Maritime College Parents Association. I'd also like to recognize two giants of our faculty that today will be their last commencement as faculty members. Ms. Connie McCarthy and Mr. Eric Johansson, could you please stand up? Their legacy lives on in those that will continue forward with the Maritime College legacy. Two others, I'd like to welcome home ABS Executive Vice President for Global Operations, who has not been on campus in over 3 decades, Mr. Paul Karam, class of 93. And I also welcome home Captain Robert Briggs, class of 2003, who will be our commissioning guest speaker later today. Welcome home, guys. Today is a day of great pride for our graduates and their families, and for this institution. It marks both an end and a beginning. I will have an opportunity later to speak directly to you graduates, but for now, we gather to recognize what we have achieved, and to hear from a leader who understands the responsibility that you are about to assume. It is my distinct honor to introduce our commencement guest speaker, Mr. John McDonald, Chairman and CEO of ABS. Mr. John McDonald's professional journey is a testament to the sustained impact and visionary leadership. Now hold your booze down. A graduate of Maine Maritime Academy and Texas A&M University, he will soon be a graduate of the Maritime College. He is a licensed professional engineer who has devoted more than 3 decades to advancing the technical and ethical standards of the global maritime industry. Mr. McDonald's rise within the American Bureau of Shipping reflects a rare combination of technical mastery and global perspective. He began his career as a surveyor and went on to hold leadership roles across multiple regions, including Korea, Northern Europe and Africa, the Americas, and Asia Pacific. After serving as President and Chief Operating Officer, he now serves as the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, overseeing a $1 billion global enterprise spanning more than 70 countries, ensuring the safety and performance of thousands of vessels and offshore structures. Mr. McDonald's career reflects the very qualities that we strive to instill in our graduates: technical expertise, strategic vision, and a deep commitment to service. Under his leadership, ABS has continued to shape the future of shipping, driving advancements in digitalization, decarbonization, and operational excellence across the industry. He understands the importance of the moment, not only as a leader in the maritime sector, but as someone who appreciates the responsibility that comes with leading people, managing risk, and navigating an ever-changing global environment. Graduates, you are entering a profession that demands competence, character, and courage. And I can tell you there is no better voice to speak to that responsibility than Mr. John McDonald. Would you please join me in a warm maritime welcome To the Chairman and CEO of ABS, Mr. John McDonald.
Well, thank you for that. That bio actually was one of the best I've ever heard of myself, so I appreciate that. I'll have to find out who your writer is. But thank you, Admiral, for the nice welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and to the class of 2026, good morning and welcome to this wonderful event. It's truly a privilege to stand before you today, and I must say, when I was invited to speak at SUNY Maritime as a graduate of, yes, Maine Maritime Academy, I had two immediate thoughts. First, what an honor. But second, I thought someone here has a very well-developed sense of humor. After all, inviting a speaker from the school up north, as we call it, to your commencement is a bit like inviting a Yankee or a Mets fan to throw out the first pitch at Fenway Park. You're either very confident or very forgiving of me, so thank you. To the class of 2026, congratulations. Today is more than a ceremony, it is a crossing. No matter whether you've trained for a career at sea or on land, licensed or unlicensed, you are now crossing into responsibility, into leadership, and into a world that is waiting, perhaps more urgently than ever, for what you have to offer. You graduate from an institution with a legacy that stretches back to 1874. That's not just history, that's foundation. This school helped define maritime education in this country, setting the highest standards for engineering, naval architecture, transportation and trade, data and environmental science, and now each of you become part of that history. Fort Schuyler is more than a place, it's a proving ground. It has shaped you, not only in skill, but in character. It has asked more of you than most places would dare, and in doing so, it has prepared you not merely to succeed, but to matter. And make no mistake, you're entering a world where you will matter. You step into the industry and global business environment at a moment of great change. The tides are shifting, geopolitics, global trade, energy transformation, technology, and workforce challenges are all converging at once, and no more than here in the United States. This is a time of calm seas. It is a time of consequence and actions, and that is precisely why you are needed. You are not arriving after the answers have been written. You're arriving when the questions are still being asked. And more importantly, you will help answer all of those questions. Now, you'll hear much about technology as you enter the field that you're going into after today. You'll hear about automation, digital systems, artificial intelligence, and innovation moving at remarkable speed. And all of that is true. It is happening as we speak today. The tools you will use are more powerful than ever before. But let me tell you something that does not change. Machines may calculate, systems may assist, but they do not lead. They do not take responsibility. They do not make the hard call when the moment demands it. They do not stand watch in the quiet hours, knowing that others depend on their judgment. That responsibility rests with you, and it always will. Because in the end, leadership is not about technology, it's about trust. It's about being the person others look to when something goes wrong. It's about standing firm when the pressures mount. It's about doing what is right, not what is easy. And here's the truth. You will be asked to lead sooner than you expect. Not when you feel you're ready, not when the conditions are perfect, but when the moment demands it. And when that moment comes, you will not rise to the occasion by accident. You will rise because of the habits, the discipline, and the standards you built right here. That is the strength of this place. Today, you are not just entering a career, you're entering a profession that keeps the world moving, literally. The goods people rely on, the energy that powers economies, the systems that sustain modern life, much of it depends on the professionals like you doing their jobs with precision, reliability, and integrity. Most people will never see that, but you will know. And you should take pride in that knowledge, because there is honor in work that is essential, even when it is unseen. Now, before you leave here today, I do want to ask something simple of you. I'd like you to take a moment, really take it, and look around at your families, your friends, your mentors, your shipmates. No one reaches this day alone. Behind every graduate is a network of belief. People who encouraged you, challenged you, stood by you, and sometimes refused to let you give up. Success may be earned individually, but it is never achieved alone. So say thank you, and say it one more time. Say it clearly, say it sincerely, and carry that sense of gratitude with you, because it will keep you grounded when success comes, and it will remind you who you are when challenges arise. And now, graduates, let me leave you with this. Carry forward the values you have learned here: loyalty, valor, and leadership. Carry them not as words, but as actions. Carry them into every decision, every responsibility, every moment when something important depends on you. The world does not simply need professionals. It needs men and women of character. It needs people who will lead with integrity, who will act with courage, and who will serve something greater than themselves. You are ready, not because the world is easy, but because you've been prepared for when it is not. Go forward with confidence. Go forward with purpose. And wherever your course may take you, remember this: the strength of this institution does not end at its gates. It travels with you in your judgment, in your discipline, and in your commitment to lead. Congratulations, class of 2026. May your journeys be bold, your leadership steady, and your course always true. Thank you.
John, thank you for those inspiring words. Maritime Nation, you've just heard from one of the true giants of our industry. Through both his words and his actions, Mr. McDonald has set the standard for leadership, service, and excellence. His distinguished career reflects SUNY's highest ideals of excellence, leadership, and public service, and reflects the very mission of our college. His life's work has been defined by service to industry and to humanity through an unwavering commitment to safety, sustainability, and the development of future generations. His integrity and his dedication to education and his global leadership as the chairman and chief executive officer of the American Bureau of Shipping, an institution deeply rooted in our legacy, deeply rooted in New York Maritime College's legacy, bring great distinction to this college and the entire State University of New York system. Mr. McDonald's career embodies the highest ideals of our profession, in that leadership at its core is an act of service. And that true legacy is measured by the opportunities we create for those we lead. It is therefore with the highest respect, admiration, and honor that I announce the State University of New York, by the authority of the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, conferred upon Mr. John McDonald the honoris causa degree of Doctor of Science. and with all the honors, rights, and privilege belonging thereto, in testimony whereof this diploma is granted, bearing the seal of the university given by the State University of New York Maritime College on May 8th, 2026. Signed, Dr. Merrill Tisch, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Dr. John B. King, Chancellor, Mr. Thomas Hagan, Class of '81, Chair, SUNY Maritime College Council, and Rear Admiral John Ocon, Class of '91, President, SUNY Maritime College.
Now I'm part of it.
Yeah.
At this time, we would like to celebrate and recognize some of our colleagues here at Maritime College. Each year, nominations are collected and submitted for consideration for a Chancellor's Award for Excellence. These are system-level honors conferred to acknowledge and provide recognition for consistently superior professional achievement and to encourage the ongoing pursuit of excellence. Through these awards, SUNY publicly proclaims its pride in the accomplishment and personal dedication of its instructional faculty, librarians, and professional staff across all campuses. We have 7 outstanding recipients to acknowledge this morning. As I call your name, please come to the stage and receive your medallion and your certificate. For excellence in faculty service, Captain Joseph F. Ahlstrom, Marine Transportation Department. That's it. For excellence in librarianship, Lauren Bradley, the Stephen B. Luce Library. For excellence in professional service, Christine D'Amico, Counseling Services. For excellence in scholarship and creative activities, Dr. Tamara Gilmartin, Marine Transportation Department. For excellence in teaching, Dr. Andrew Michelson, Science Department. For excellence in classified service, Cynthia Antigua, Facilities Department. And unable to be with us this morning, for excellence in adjunct teaching, Mr. Robert C. Kalbfell, the Engineering Department. Congratulations. But wait for a picture. Just like we didn't rehearse it. Now we'll move on to the conferral of degrees. Will all the graduates please rise? Some old people growing right there. President Ocon, I have the honor to present to you on behalf of the faculty of the State University New York Maritime College the candidates for the following degrees: the degree of Master of Science, the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, the degree of Bachelor of Science, and the degree of Associate of Applied Science. President Ocon, I hereby certify to you that these students have completed all requirements for their course of study.
By the authority vested in me by the State University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Science, the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, the degree of Bachelor of Science, and the degree of Associate for Applied Science, I hereby certify that you are entitled to all rights and privileges pertaining to this degree, and on behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff in the entire SUNY system, congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. I'm now pleased to welcome Mr. Steve Carberry, President of the Maritime College Alumni Association, class of 1980, who will now congratulate you and formally welcome you as our newest alumni.
Well, good morning, faculty, families, friends, alumni, and especially the graduating class of 2026. On behalf of the Maritime College Alumni Association, which was founded back in 1903, it is my pleasure to welcome you aboard, not just at today's ceremony, but into a community that you are now part of for the rest of your life. You've completed a demanding voyage. Maritime was never supposed to be easy. You've managed long hours, achieved high academic standards, inconvenient inspections, and consumed plenty of coffee, I'm sure, and likely some other adult beverages along the way, earning yourself a noteworthy survival skill. Through it all, you've proven that you're ready for an industry that values accountability, strong leadership, and competence. Whether you go to sea or stay ashore, you made it this far. We know you are ready. Today, you become a Maritime College alumni. You are joining a network that is more than a century strong, and that connection matters. You'll probably get your first job because of your degree, your license, or even your commission. And, you know, we'll be there for you when you need your second or third job. And you will want to make sure that the network that helps you meet the right people you belong to, that is your alumni network. Thousands of SUNY Maritime alumni are already out there. And when one donor calls another, that call tends to get answered quickly. You know we love to hire our own. Networking isn't about asking for favors. It's about shared experiences, trust, knowing that the person on the other end understands what it means to meet our high standards, our New York Maritime standards. So stay connected. Make sure we have your contact info. Make that call when you need to. And then one day, answer the call. One day, you'll be the donor helping the next graduate. And yes, they will remind you of how tough they had it too. So you're not leaving Maritime today, you're carrying it forward with you. Congratulations, and welcome to the Maritime College Alumni Association. I wish you nothing but fair skies and following seas. Now get out there and make us proud 2026. Thank you.
We will now administer the United States Coast Guard oath. Will all cadets who are receiving their third mate or third assistant engineer license please rise? It's my pleasure to invite Captain Christopher Zola, Vice President of Regimental Affairs and Master of the Training Ship, to deliver the oath this morning.
Good morning. Congratulations. A sea of third mates and third engineers. After this, if you're looking for a job, I need some engineers and mates. A half and B half on cruise. Come see me afterwards. This is a big step. I want you to keep in mind when you get out there on a ship or wherever you go, to lead from the front, lead with integrity, lead with humility. All right, make us proud. Cadets, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully and honestly, according to the best skill and judgment, and without concealment and reservation, perform all the duties required of me by the laws of the United States. I will faithfully and honestly carry out the lawful orders of my superior officers aboard a vessel. Congratulations and best wishes.
Please be seated. We would also like to recognize those who have served or are presently serving in our armed forces. So I ask that all active duty personnel, veterans, and our soon-to-be commissioned officers please stand to be recognized for your service. Thank you. Please be seated. I now ask that you join me in welcoming back to the podium President John Ocon as he shares his thoughts on this remarkable day.
I promise this will be the last speech you have to hear from me as a student. Thank you, Dr. Lead. Class of 2026, today is a day we mark just not on a calendar, but as you heard from our speakers, we mark it in our memory. It is a day of gratitude, reflection, and celebration of achievement earned the right way through discipline, perseverance, and commitment to something larger than yourself. We are reminded by our guest speaker, the chair of the College Council and the president of our Alumni Association, the Maritime College is simply not an institution. It's a community, it's a family, and it's a nation. And every one of you has contributed to strengthening that family in your own way. So today we begin where we should always begin, with gratitude. Take a moment. Think about the people who made this day possible. The faculty who demanded more of you than you thought you could give. The staff who kept the college running while you focused on learning how to lead. The shipmates who stood shoulder to shoulder with you through long nights, early mornings, exams, drills, games, and deployments. And your families who carried you through moments when you were not always easy to carry. Class of 2026, you did not arrive here alone, and you do not stand here alone. At Maritime College, no one ever does. So graduates, I please ask you, now stand. Turn to your families and recognize with a round of applause those that supported you, believed in you, and helped shape the journey that brought you here today. Okay, please be seated. I'm only 2 pages through the 20. We're almost there. Now take a breath. I promise we are almost there. Take a breath. Because before we move forward, I want you to go back for just a moment. Back to the first time you came down Pennyfield and through the gates of Fort Schuyler. Some of you confident, some of you uncertain, and all of you carrying the question, what lies ahead? What you saw then was possibility. What you stand in today is proof. At Maritime College, we live by a simple truth. Nothing is given, everything is earned. You're hearing it over and over. In class of 2026, you've earned every bit of this moment. Congratulations. Now, as you prepare to leave Fort Schuyler and take your place in the world, I want to offer you a charge. Do not drift into your future, navigate it. Do not simply react to the world you enter, shape it. I've watched this class grow into leaders in every sense of the word. I saw it from afar as an alumnus, proud of what you were doing here, and I've seen it for the last 2 years more clearly as your president. You are stepping into the world that urgently needs what you have been trained to provide. The maritime is not a background industry. It's not secondary. It's foundational to our economy, our security, and the American way of life. And today, our nation is asking once again, awakening to that truth. With renewed focus through initiatives like the SHIPS Act for America and the executive order to revitalize U.S. maritime power, there is a national call to rebuild capacity, restore strength, and reassert leadership in the maritime domain. But legislation alone does not move ships. People do, leaders do, you do. The sea has never been forgiving. It does not bend to convenience, comfort, or wishful thinking. It demands competence, resilience, and judgment under pressure. It rewards those who are prepared and exposes those who are not. And yet, that is exactly what you carry from this place. With this place matters so deeply, because you have been forged here, not just educated, not just trained, but shaped. Through the Reisenberg saying and the lived experience of this institution, you have learned that leadership is not a title, it's accountability. That strength is not volume, it is steadiness. And that character is not claimed, it is proven. You leave here with an advantage that cannot be replicated. The combination of academic preparation, hands-on experience, and leadership development grounded in real responsibility. And I say this is not rhetoric, but as fact. Schuyler graduates are different. We are different. But let me be equally clear. An advantage only matters if you use it. So do not become comfortable. Do not become complacent. Build on what you've been given. Stretch it, test it, expand it. Your foundation is very strong, but your future depends on what you construct upon it. Our industry needs that from you. Our nation needs that from you. And this college expects that from you. Here at Maritime, you've also learned something that will serve you far beyond your profession. You have learned stewardship of ship, of team, of mission. You have learned esprit de corps, a bond that does not fade with distance or time. And you have learned professionalism that will set you apart in every room you enter. And above all, you've been grounded in these values that do not change with circumstance: loyalty, valor, leadership. They are not words we decorate walls with. They are the principles we live by. And as you move forward, stay connected to them and to our college. Stay connected to your classmates. Stay connected to your faculty. Stay connected to the Alumni Association and the global maritime network that you are now part of. Because if there is one thing I can tell you with certainty, it is this: you will not fully understand the value of this network until you need it. And when you do, you will be grateful you kept it close. So remain engaged, give back, pay your alumni dues, support those who come after you, because someone did that for you. That is how our institution will endure. That is how our legacy was built. Class of 2026, the Maritime Nation stands proud with you today. So celebrate this moment fully. You've earned it. Reflect on how far you've come, because you will draw strength from it in the years ahead. As you exit the Sallyport and leave Fort Schuyler and head down Pennyfield, no longer as a student, but now as an alumni, remember this: the result of your choices, you are the result of your choices, but you are also the author of what comes next. Choose boldly, lead ethically, serve faithfully. As you set a course and navigate your course in life, also remember this: Your choices create your character, and your character creates your course. Live a life that matters by focusing on not what you got, but what you gave, not what you bought, but what you built. And whatever course takes you, always keep New York Maritime first and foremost. And one last time, class of 2026 and all Domers present, 1874? 1874? Yes, it was. Thank you.
Thank you, Admiral. We will now call graduates forward to receive their degrees. Please note that some students have academic honors announced with their names. We use summa cum laude for students achieving a cumulative GPA of 3.75 or higher, magna cum laude for a cumulative GPA between 3.5 and 3.74, and cum laude for a cumulative GPA between 3.0 and 3.49. Graduate students achieve with honors by finishing with a GPA of at least 3.75. Additionally, we will be recognizing the student who has achieved the highest academic honor in each of our degree programs. Will the graduates from the Department of Engineering please rise and come forward as directed?
For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, earning the highest grade point average, Ryan Curran. Victoria Lee Cordera, cum laude, Bronx, New York. Ibrahima Diallo, cum laude, New York, New York. Daniel Thomas Realmuto, Comac, New York. Noah Vincent Kemi, Farmington, New York. Brett Raymond Hudson, Wading River, New York. Christopher M. Gorkos, Kew Gardens, New York. Leandro Delgado, Woodhaven, New York. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Facilities Engineering, earning the highest grade point average, Samara Podmore. Nice job. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Marine Engineering, earning the highest grade point average, Kurt George Wagner. Nice job. Lucas Raymond Perello, South Hempstead, New York. Patrick Joseph Noto, Smithtown, New York. Patrick Joseph Freitas, Chester, New York. Benjamin Dumbroff, Setauket, New York. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, earning the highest grade point average, Joseph Bartnicki. Good job. Pietro Lorino, summa cum laude, West Nyack, New York. Patrick Joseph Pettit, III, Patterson, New York. Ryan Cost, Northport, New York. Liam David Hill, cum laude, Montvale, New Jersey. Tyler Joseph Rubenfeld, magna cum laude, Massapequa, New York. Stephanie Casey DeMann, cum laude, Pleasant Valley, New York. Luke Edward Madden, magna cum laude, West Islip, New York. Jake Louis Rodriguez, cum laude, Nanuet, New York. Ava Morrow, New Windsor, New York. Seamus Brady, cum laude, Croton-on-Hudson, New York. Marco Dabari, cum laude, Whitestone, New York. Star Marak, cum laude, Bronx, New York. Rachel Simone Stevenson, Bronx, New York. Adolfo Barrios, Harrison, New York. Judens Arista, Hempstead, New York. Joseph Marco Santulo II, cum laude, New York, New York. Trey L. Reed, Bronx, New York. Nicholas Cavalier, Valley Stream, New York. James Patrick Farino, cum laude, Oceanside, New York. Daniel Arthur Bear, cum laude, Harrison, New York. Eugenio Fundaro, Levittown, New York. Joseph C. Caccini, magna cum laude, Medina, New York. Vincent Joseph Fundaro II, summa cum laude, Levittown, New York. Nicholas Spista, cum laude, White Plains, New York. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Naval Architecture, earning the highest grade point average, Julian Nault, summa cum laude, Geneva, New York. Nicholas M. Howes, magna cum laude, Medford, New York. Emma Grace Pasoriello, summa cum laude, Westbury, New York. Arsene Terezov, Jermala, Latvia. Isabel Laney Gutierrez, magna cum laude, Pascagoula, Mississippi. Morris Wilson, summa cum laude, San Jose, California. Oliver Davis, cum laude, Frisco, Texas. Mogami Korea, Alexandria, Virginia. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Marine Operations Engine, earning the highest grade point average, Simon Isaiah Valenzuela. Nice job. William Caggiano, cum laude, Bayport, New York. Joseph Vonout, Scarsdale, New York. Joseph Tyler Podless, Riverhead, New York. Christian James Meyer, Staten Island, New York. For the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Maritime Technology and Operations Engine, earning the highest grade point average, Matthew Domowski, Valhalla, New York.
Will the graduates from the Department of Global Business and Transportation please come forward?
For the degree of Master of Science in Shipping and Logistics, earning the highest grade point average, Petros Larigatis. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in International Transportation Trade, earning the highest grade point average, Samantha Morales. I'm making a mistake here, I'm sorry. We'll get to that in a minute. Vanarius Chatalos. Joey Lee Casper, with honors, Traverse City, Michigan. Jose Manuel Soto, with honors, Staten Island, New York. Mario Alexander Goncalves, Easton, Connecticut. Adam N. Solomon, Mechanicsville, Virginia. Nei Wei Tang, with honors, Taichung City, Taiwan. Congratulations. Almim Hussan Shuvo, with honors, Mirpur. Can't make it out, I'm sorry. Tyrell Ross, with honors, Brooklyn, New York. George Danso, Bronx, New York. Philip Batista, Washington, D.C. William Latour, with honors, Brooklyn, New York. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in International Transportation and Trade, earning the highest grade point average, Samantha Morales. Summa cum laude, New Rochelle, New York. Kimberly Allen, Brooklyn, New York. Taylor Rose Nemec, Stratford, Connecticut. Hannah Catherine Crown, Athens, New York. Derek Joseph Nee, magna cum laude, Miller Place, New York. Thank you. Joseph Rica, Staten Island, New York. Michael Korn, Dix Hills, New York. Sean Anthony McLaughlin, cum laude, Monroe, North Carolina. Thomas Joseph Flanagan Jr., cum laude, Bayville, New York. John Morrow, cum laude, Township of Washington, New Jersey. Christopher James Tillis, cum laude, Melville, New York. Dylan Denneker, Whitestone, New York. Anthony Gentile, cum laude, Massapequa, New York. Diego Santiago Catala, cum laude, Gunyambo, Puerto Rico. Ryan Costales, magna cum laude, Brewster, New York. Benjamin Blaisdell, Greensboro, North Carolina. Rourke James Tossi, Medford, New York. James L. O'Connell, East Williston, New York. Jovan Germain, cum laude, Brooklyn, New York. Justin Song, cum laude, Woodbury, New York. George Kanalupos, cum laude, Bayside, New York. Jake Zollner, cum laude, Bayside, New York. Brendan Gocher, cum laude, Flushing, New York. Joseph Orales, cum laude, Bayside, New York. John Corella, Staten Island, New York. Ryan Vetter, cum laude, Westbury, New York. Eric B. McCall, magna cum laude, Laurel, Maryland. Samuel D. Sakiyaman, cum laude, Bronx, New York.
Will the graduates from the Department of Humanities please come to the stage?
For the degree of Master of Science in Maritime and Naval Studies, earning the highest grade point average, Richard B. Evans. James Henry St. John Raphaelson from Burlingame, California. John Lukac, I got it right, Jr. from Clark, New Jersey. Congratulations, Sean. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Maritime Studies, earning the highest grade point average, and one of my favorites, Joshua E. Gruber. Congratulations.
Will the graduates from the Department of Marine Transportation do what they're already doing and come forward?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Marine Operations Deck, earning the highest grade point average, third mate John Thomas Seisha. Congratulations, mate. Third mate Kyle Goler, cum laude, Riverside, Connecticut. All right. Third mate Charles Jacob Hudson, cum laude, Temple, Texas. Third mate Cole Joseph Mariano, cum laude, West Islip, New York. Third mate Finian Gibson Mahan, cum laude, Rochester, New York. Third mate Ivan Matthew Cruz, Shoreham, New York. Third mate Jude Thomas Callan, cum laude, Centerport, New York. Third mate Calvin John Woods James, Utilia, Honduras. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation, earning the highest grade point average, third mate Sean Newen. Third mate Aiden Bengtel Nikes, Ballaston Lake, New York. All right. Third mate Vincent Cuchofo, Easton, Pennsylvania. Third mate Elliot Allen Cook, Norfolk, New York. Third mate Christopher Polino Sims, cum laude, New York, New York. Third mate Mia Nancy Brandenstein, cum laude, West Islip, New York. Third mate Jack Irwin Pavelka, cum laude, Bluffington, South Carolina. Third mate Hugo Philippe Couder, Rochester, New York. Third mate Ryan Peter Kunak, New Hyde Park, New York. Third mate Justin Schneider, West Islip, New York. Third mate Nicholas Joseph Gretchen, magna cum laude, Bayside, New York. Third mate Charles Kretz, cum laude, Eamsville, Maryland. Third mate Blake Nepper, Ottawa Hills, Ohio. Third mate Thomas Kennedy, Pearl River, New York. Third mate Jack R. Kellner, Seaford, New York. Mark P.F. Russo, Seacliff, New York. Third mate Joseph F. Barbera, Floral Park, New York. Right. Third mate Henry Wegman, magna cum laude, Breezy Point, New York. Third mate James Bobigan, New York, New York. Third mate Michael Kevin Edgar, cum laude, Lloyd Harbor, New York. Third mate Jules Seymour, Freeport, Bahamas. Okay. Okay. And for the degree of Associates of Applied Science in Maritime Technology and Operations, mate Ethan Chosky, Lake Beach, Pennsylvania.
Will the graduates from the Department of Science please come to the stage?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Marine Environmental Science, earning the highest grade point average, Caroline Garber. Emilio Harris, cum laude, Bronx, New York. Nicole Binns, Staten Island, New York. Emmy Elizabeth Oshiro, Port Chester, New York. Sarah Sharada, Oceanside, New York. Eduardo Argandona, Brooklyn, New York. Christopher Zender, cum laude, Sayville, New York. Shania Nicole Smith, Rosedale, New York. Daniel Salanti Madera, New Rochelle, New York.
Graduates in the caps and gowns, would you please rise? It's an American academic tradition to perform what is called the turning of the tassel. This symbolic gesture dating back generations marks your transformation from candidate to graduate, signifying the completion of your academic journey and your readiness to step forward into the world as an alum of Maritime College. Therefore, graduates, in one motion, please move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Congratulations. Please be seated. Please join me in one more round of applause for today's Maritime College graduates. And would all of our graduates please rise? I will ask Third Engineer Bart Nicky, please approach the ship's bell at the edge of the platform. As we conclude today's ceremony, we honor a proud maritime tradition with the ringing of the 8 bells. At sea, this signal marks the completion of a watch and the beginning of the next. It's a clear and resonant reminder that time moves forward and new responsibilities await, and so it is with you, our graduates, today. The sounding of this bell signifies not only the closing of this remarkable passage you've been on, but the setting of your new course. So let the ringing of 8 bells send you forward, class of 2026, with pride in how far you've come and excitement for the seas that lie ahead. May you carry the friendship, the lessons, and the confidence gained here as you navigate your new horizon. Wherever your journey leads, may fair winds and following seas guide you, and may you always find safe harbors and meaningful adventures along the way. And graduates, feel free to toss your caps or covers in the air when you hear the last bell. All right, wait. Thank you for joining us. For everyone, please remain standing for the processional and the recessional. And all graduates, please wait until the platform party and faculty have exited before you leave to go pick up your degree or your license available in the library. Once graduates have departed, I would ask everyone to depart the Pentagon as quickly as you can because facilities will be setting up our next event. And once more, I invite the Grand Marshal to please approach the podium.
I declare the spring 2026 commencement closed. Good luck, graduates.
The bells of St. Mary's, I hear they are calling the young loves, the true loves, who come from the sea, and so the young loves, the true loves who come from the sea. And so, my beloved,